Cool. Hello, Denimheads, and welcome to the 36th Hangout with the Sons of Selvedge, a podcast where a group of friends get together to talk about denim and related interests. This episode will be going through two things, a bit of current interests, and then a discussion topic about Levi's Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3 inspired jackets, including the originals, of course. Similar to our recent discussion topic around engineer boots, this is going to be our personal opinions, half professional, educated, knowledge base, and just a bunch of random thoughts. So cool. On that note, let's do a round of intros in alphabetical order. So this is David. Today I'm wearing a Free Note Western in black with turquoise pearl snaps and a pair of Free Note jeans, the Wilkes, which is their boot cut. I guess I'm becoming a bit of a Free Note whore. How about you, Illya?
Hi guys. Today I'm wearing a double LL cardi and some Black Horse Lane jeans, and that's about it. And a tee from the hookup.
What Black Horse cut?
E6, the wide boys, always the wide boys.
No slim fit? What? What's this?
I can't get into those with the chunky thighs. How about you, Lex?
Oh, so I was waiting for Kevin.
Sorry.
Alphabet, Illya. Alphabet.
We're doing the Russian alphabet, so it's different order.
Yeah. Go ahead.
There we go. All right. Hi guys. Today I've got my PBJ jacket, white sport t-shirt, my vintage Sashiko Levi's with my pajamas underneath, ready for bed. Oh, and I got Birkenstocks and socks as well.
Nice.
Classic.
Lovely.
Chuck socks?
Yep, of course.
Yeah, nice.
Kevin, over to you.
Hey everyone. I'm not really wearing anything too interesting, to be honest. I'm just wearing a brewery t-shirt from Filter, which was a brewery, one of my favorite breweries in Australia. And I'm just wearing some linen shorts because it's quite hot in the apartment still here. Doesn't really drop below 22, 23 in here, so it's still shorts time for me.
How hot is it outside though in Copenhagen?
It was pretty nice today. So it was around 20-ish, just under 20, I would say. But when you're in the sun, that's still pretty nice.
So for Westerners, that's like 75, I think, Fahrenheit. Or maybe 70 Fahrenheit. Nice.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We had some really good weeks, like 2 weeks ago or so, where we had like 2.5 weeks of like 27, 28 degrees Celsius. So that was really, really nice. But yeah, then it dropped 10, 15 degrees straight away. So we're definitely into fall now.
I'm guessing nobody's got air conditioning over there, right?
Not really, no. No, I don't think it's a standard thing to have. And we are in a pretty new apartment, but even in here, it's like very uncommon to have air conditioning. It doesn't really get that hot, so. Yeah. What about you, Tom?
Hello, Ron. I'm back. After I don't know how many episodes I've been through, but I'm wearing a navy velveteen 2-pack tee. My favourite tees at the moment. Just a good fit. Jeans made by some hack. Don't know. Doesn't know anything. And no socks.
Wow.
I did go to put on pajamas, and then I was like, fuck, now I've got the podcast. I'll have a camera on me. And I don't think
better wear something appropriate.
Yeah, the internet's not ready for me.
We should do a pajama version, the Sons of Slumber Party.
I feel like Lex always has the best ideas for episode content.
Pillow fight.
Just make sure there's no like copper rivets on those denim pillows.
Yeah, like raw denim burn marks on your face.
23-ounce pajamas.
Jesus.
You couldn't even roll over in them. Bed and they're blue.
It's interesting though, if you actually go on Etsy, there's quite a lot of people selling like upcycled denim home goods, like denim pillows, denim whatever. So yeah, it's actually pretty chic for the modern home.
Sacrilege.
Just make sure there's no blowout in your pillow.
Don't wear any white. Or piss yourself on them.
Cool. Yeah, and also quickly mention too, I think Andy's going to join us a little bit later in the episode, so he'll just magically pop up at some point, probably having trouble with his headphones. And then Windows.
He's logging in.
Yeah.
He's logging in.
Windows laptop drivers. So we'll see how he gets on. Cool. So maybe let's kick it off with a round of current interests. So, or even 2 rounds, depending on what folks got to talk about. So I'll maybe kick it off. Sorry about the screen. My sun is coming through the ceiling. There we go. Cool. So I have just joined the Whites boots camp. I've actually never owned Whites before, but I was in Seattle recently at the Danner Boots shop. They've got in Seattle and actually sell Whites at Danner Boots, which is a bit random, but anyways, I had a chance to try on a different version of this. This is the 350 Cruiser, which is kind of like I wanted semi-dress, but it's like a little bit higher. It's got the like reverse heel loop on the back, and like a finished heel cap versus like the kind of like single stitch non-heel cap from the semi-dress. So I tried them on, and I'm usually like a 11.5 Brannick. Actually, there's Andy. Maybe yeah, I'll finish this current interest, and maybe you can do your intro right after. And then we'll jump back into current interest. So I tried on the 350 Cruisers, 10.5, which is like one size down from my Brannick. My right foot's 11.5, my left foot's 11. They fit pretty amazing, and they've actually got a pretty chunky arch. Like you hear about White talk about their archies. Like if you look inside the shoe, there's like a ridge that goes from like the instep to the outside. So it actually even is kind of a little bit of a bump on the outside too, not just on the instep, which I guess is the archies. So it's almost like you're standing on a lump, like a speed bump in like a parking lot, which is interesting. But so I tried on the Cruiser, 10.5 felt amazing. And I was like, oh, maybe someday I'll get a pair of these. And then I went home and was kind of browsing around the internet. I didn't want to buy the brown ones they had at Danner. And I saw this makeup, which is a custom makeup done for Baker Boots in Portland by Whites. And so it's basically, unfortunately, because the sun above is not going to show up well, but it's a navy horsehide. So you actually see like the kind of blue, I guess it's a pigment dyed versus, like a T-core. But yeah, like a real dark navy. It kind of in the sun kind of comes medium blue. Not so dark, but yeah, I just got them. Haven't really broken them in yet, but I'm kind of the silhouette's really nice. Like their 55 last looks really good on. Yeah, so there we go. I'm gonna try out some Whites and see how they fit. The 1 or 2 times I've worn them, they're pretty rad. So far so good.
Nice, good looking boot. Doesn't Danner own Whites now? Am I getting my boots?
Good question. That might be why they stock them. If so, yeah, the Danner shop up in Seattle, they do have other brands besides just Danner, like some kind of like different stuff they've picked and chosen. So it could also be that, but yeah, maybe they're now the owner of Whites. But if anyone's interested in this particular makeup, you order it from Baker, and then Baker sends the order to Whites, and then it gets sent back to Baker and then fulfilled through them. So it's not something Whites sells to. I guess it's like a special makeup for Baker.
Yeah, Baker do a lot of stuff with Whites. I think I've seen over the years they do some pretty cool makeups.
Yeah.
So just to jump in, both Whites and Danner are actually owned by the same company. So Danner doesn't own. So they're owned by Lacrosse Footwear.
Okay. I thought there was some link, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, clever cross promotion, because I ended up buying a pair without expecting to ever get to try them on in person. Yeah, maybe I'll pause there before we continue with current interest. And maybe Andy, if you want to do your quick intro and maybe do your first current interest.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Andy. Current interest. Sorry, it's been a bit of a manic day today. So yeah, I've had not really interest, but I've had a couple of pickups this month. Grabbed a few bits and bobs. And the first one I'll chat about is Rivet and Hide had a sale recently for annually they do a couple of days where they knock like 15% off, and I picked up the Oxford cloth button down by Uis, which is in a light indigo. I've not had an Oxford cloth or a button down in my kind of like my wardrobe for a while now. I remember I've had a few in the past. I used to have a couple by the brand Farah when I was like in my mid-20s, because it's a bit something inside sort of a bit smarter for going out in. And I really liked them, but I ended up selling them for whatever reason. Taste change, and yeah, I thought I'd give it a try again. And it's a wonderful shirt. It's custom selvage Oxford cloth. It's really thick. It's got a really nice hand feel to it. And it's the kind of shirt that I can kind of get away with if I need to be maybe smart casual. I'd never say business casual because it's got a button down collar and it's got a pocket, but it's quite a useful item to have, and kind of it makes a change from flannels and like chambrays and stuff. So it's a good little addition.
I had their one of their shirts maybe like 4 or 5 years ago that was like just the normal blue Oxford cloth, so not the indigo Oxford cloth. And I had to sell it because it eventually didn't fit so well anymore. But yeah, that shirt, the details were beautiful, man. Like the pattern's really great. Like the little selvage hints. Like I think under the collar maybe there's like you can see selvage or something like that.
Is there? I'll have to have a look. Mine's just
double check.
I think all I've noticed so far it's on the the gusset reinforcing.
Yep. On
the sides, which is like the kind of standard spot to where brands put it. That's the only bit I've seen so far. But yeah, it's surprisingly thick.
Yeah. And that indigo really you got looks really beautiful, at least online. The kind of like light it has.
Yeah. It's you wouldn't even consider it indigo. You look at it first, you go, it's a light blue shirt. But yeah, they've just got that really nice colorway with it.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Yeah, it's a good shirt.
Yeah, really happy with that.
Cool. Maybe Illya, do you want to jump in next, or do you need a moment because I saw you had to hop up?
No. I was jumping up for my pickup, so I can speak about that. So also a boot. I picked up the John Lofgren Ropers.
Nice.
In Chromexcel, natural Chromexcel. So same as my M43 boots. But weirdly enough, I had to size up 1.5 sizes. So I normally have a 10 in Lofgren and had to go to 11.5 in these. So much more narrower of a boot, and yeah, just needed that extra room for length. And although they are little bit loose right now, I'm sure with the breaking of the sole that will even itself out and become pretty comfortable. So they're already kind of straight out of the box pretty comfortable, just a little bit of heel slip. So yeah, looking forward to having that sole broken in, and yeah, something a little bit different for me. Yeah, nice to try out.
Yeah, as far as I've known, cowboy boots are always either like true to size or even maybe slightly small to size. I'm not at all surprised to hear that you had to get a lot bigger pair.
Yeah.
For a cowboy boot last. And I think I saw when I was looking online that Lofgren did a specific last for that boot, like the 170, I think it might have been, that was different than they use for like their Wabash and some of the other boots.
Yeah. So even compared to the engineer boots, definitely have to size up for it. And yeah, the M43 boots have a Monson last, so very wide, you know. But these are quite different to any other Lofgren boots or shoes I've tried on in the past. So yeah, quite interesting to see that. But no, I'm really happy with them after several attempts of getting the size right.
Did you work through like East West Apparel, or how'd you get them?
I went directly with Lofgren.
Oh, right. Okay.
Directly with them, yeah. So yeah, because I'd been chatting to Mr. Lofgren for a little bit, and yeah, just they had visited Black Horse Lane earlier in the year, so it was just a nice way to keep the conversation going and yeah, support the brand directly.
Do they fulfill out of Japan, or do they ship from Europe or from the States, or?
They distribute via Eastman. So they've got the Lofgren EU side of things. So
Nice.
for for UK and Europe, I think it goes through there. I would imagine. Yes, it is, because I remember a friend of mine in Germany had ordered, and it was fulfilled through UK.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure how, like, with Brexit charges and all that kind of stuff, that works for them, but yeah.
How did you get the sizing right?
Trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when I asked, they said, oh, it should be very similar. Like, go for your normal size. So yeah, there was a bit of testing and trying. So yeah, I had to ship them back and forward, because unfortunately there's no one who stocks them around here. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
I feel like that's just kind of becoming sort of standard to have to like jump through these hoops to get the right boots. Like I saw how Standard and Strange had got in the new Attractions Pioneer, which is like the all black unstructured engineer. I was like, oh cool, I'll go over to Berkeley and try them on. I went over to their new shop, which is like their bigger shop, and like they don't have them. So I'm like, I would have to get them ordered from a different shop and blah blah blah. And I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna pass.
Yeah.
It's like, you almost have to kind of like get in the mental mindset to be ready to like play the game and do the back and forth and all of the guesswork and trial and error, and it can be quite stressful, I find.
Yeah, especially
it can be,
considering the investment that you're making as well. It's like, yeah. And then maybe with that, it's like, if you don't get it right the first time, okay, but if you then don't get it right a second time, you're like, should I keep them or should I send them back? Or you get into that sort of state where maybe it'll work.
Yeah, I've sold one pair of Wabash, the Shinky horsehide ones, in a 10.5, and I've now got my other Wabash in 11s, the Chromexel ones, for sale. And so I've just kind of realized after a couple of bits of trial and error that last just doesn't work for my foot, which I had kind of heard anyways, that for some people the instep was too big, and sure enough, 2 boots and a lot of money later, it's like they got to go.
Yeah.
How about you, Kevin? Any current interest on your side?
I haven't really made too many purchases recently. I think the last thing that I purchased was back in May. We visited New York for 7 or 8 days, I think, which was an amazing trip. And one of the days we did a little bit of shopping around, went to a few of the denim stores in the city, and ended up getting a new pair of jeans at Selvedge, the Selvedge and Imperial denim collaboration, the 20-year anniversary collaboration. So an absolutely amazing pair. I think there's only 150 or so made of them in each of the versions fits that they have. Yeah, it's a 14.5 ounce Japanese Selvedge. I don't know exactly which mill it's from, but the fabric is really nice. It's not too thick, so it's nice for summer and fall over here. We'll have to see how it goes in winter when it gets a bit colder. But I've got a few others laying around that I can wear as well.
Yeah, I was in Selvedge yesterday. They had their like annual 15% off sale. I just passed. I didn't buy anything, but I just passed by to take a look, and I saw those. And they have them like on their front row, like the very first of the jeans.
Yeah.
Walk in. They look awesome. They're really beautiful jeans.
Yeah, they are, and it's the leather patch is really cool as well because it has like an emu and a kangaroo on it as well. So, having lived in Australia for 6 years, it's a nice notch to that. Yeah, I actually walked in sort of. Ideally, I wanted either like a pair of samurais. Yeah, that was like my main thing, like, go and have a look at some of the samurai stuff, but they only really had tapered slim fits for some reason. And so I asked him, the guy that was working there, like, do you have anything similar to the Onis that I was wearing, which is like a slim straight model? And then he picked up a bunch of stuff, which was all interesting, but not necessarily hitting the spot. And then he was like, "Oh, I've got something else maybe for you." And then he obviously held that back until the last bit, and then he gave me those to try on, and they were perfect. So I took them with me.
Yeah, I've still got one pair left. I've owned two different Selvedge Imperial collaborations, like 15 years ago, 10-15 years ago, and I still have one pair, and it's like Sashiko repaired and all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So I was super excited to see when they did the new collab. I didn't think we'd ever see Imperial jeans again.
No, I didn't even know they existed until you told me about them.
Yeah, I think they had shut down for a while. Maybe like Kia got them to start up again or something. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, they were around in Australia for probably like 10-20 years, and then I think just kind of closed up
faded
operations, whatever.
Yeah. Cool.
Anything
What
on your
about
side,
you, Lex?
Cool. So no pickups for me because I feel every time I come on this, I'm skint, so I haven't bought anything.
Can you move your mic a little bit closer?
So unprofessional as usual. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Nice. Unprofessional as usual. Yeah. I feel every time I come on this, I haven't bought anything, so I'm skint, and it's the same again, which is pretty bad for a denim podcast. I don't actually buy any denim, but the one thing I thought I'd show you guys, if I've not ruined my mic, is I've got a collection of Levi's blotters, which I've been collecting for a while, and I finally got them all framed.
Oh, nice.
So the Levi's blotters, they basically used to make them as promotional material for Levi's shops in the, I think, 1950s, 60s. So they've all got like the little shop this one. So one's from Kelly's Army and Navy store in New Hampshire. And then what else have we got? This one's from Mark's Clothing in Lima, Idaho. So they're all kind of made for specific stores. So I thought I'd get them framed because if I frame them, it saves me buying any more, because otherwise it could.
They don't fit in.
Yeah.
What actually are they? What is it like a printing thing, or is it like a plaque, or like what exactly are they?
It's a blotter. So I think it's for, like an ink blotter when you used to have to, I'm guessing it's for signing checks back in the day. You need to have to kind of like use paper that's absorbing to kind of blot your fountain pen on, I think. So they'd have them in there, I guess, just to scribble on kind of thing.
Yeah, it's to help dry off your ink. So like some desks have like a big pad with a paper that you then lay on whatever you've been writing on. It soaks up all the excess ink, stops you smudging it as you're kind of writing or as you move it around or put it in a letter, and then you just lift it up, put fresh paper in later. So this is, I'd imagine, a mini version used for checks or receipts in a shop, whatever.
Yeah. They're it's about check size, so that sounds about right. But anyway, they're quite cool little things.
Where did you find them?
Oh, I got sent one when I bought a denim banner on eBay. They just threw it in free. And then I didn't really know what it was at the time, and then I saw Mosin, of course. Had a few, and so I just kind of like looked at it on eBay. So I found them all on eBay. They're not particularly expensive. Like with postage, they cost between 20 and 30 quid each. But I was like, if I get them framed, it means I'll stop there and I won't keep buying them, because otherwise also the frame would cost too much anyway. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Also, the other one, for those of you, it's been a while since the last podcast, so those of you who have not seen the last podcast, I've grown a mullet. There we go.
My goodness.
Yes.
I know a few of you boys have seen that bad boy.
Yes, we can.
Like workwear in the front, business in the back.
Oh yeah.
No, business in the front. It didn't work. Never mind.
Business in the front, party in the back. No, mullets are the best haircut, because I was recently on a cycling holiday and I didn't have to put any suntan lotion on the back of my neck. Mullet did it for me.
Functional and stylish.
Also, it's a great haircut, because when I look at it, I just look pretty normal, and I realise anyone else looking at me just thinks I look like an absolute idiot. But from my point of view, I just look fine. It's great.
Yeah.
When you see the Tour de France guys in the time trial, they always have those kind of helmets with the big pointy bit in the back. I wonder if that hair makes you more aerodynamic.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I could see that. You
It's like
could
a
grow
bird
yourself
tail, like stabilizer.
Yeah, you could grow yourself a good mullet there, David. You've got enough at the back, I reckon. Yeah, look, all you need to go is a little bit shorter on the sides and join the club.
It would require actually being able to tame my hair, though, which is impossible.
True. Yeah.
I don't get to benefit from like Tom and Andy's.
Oh yeah, I can't do that. My hair just does what it wants. So I used to try to kind of like quiff it, and I gave up. It just goes mad. But yeah, so that's me. Levi's blotters and mullets. Tom, how about you?
Oh, it's been a while. What have I been up to? Having a baby. I did buy some nice vintage like 50s roundhouse dungarees in a just nice denim stripe, which were a nice little buy. I've also got some baby Wabash little trousers coming. I don't know if they've been posted yet, but they're coming from the 20s or 30s, which is quite cool. So collecting a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I've got a nice turquoise watch band thing.
That's cool.
If you can see that. So yeah, a bit like not masses of spare cash to spend on clothes, because usually I'll be buying baby clothes. Rompers, jumpsuits, sleep suits, all of the above. But baby's looking cool, so he's all right. Oscar, I should say his name is, not just baby. Although for the first, I think, month or two of his life, we just referred to Oscar as baby, because it felt weird calling him a name. So yeah.
Mate, my kid's 4.5, and I still refer to him as potato. So
Yeah.
he won't go.
I don't think what that mean. Oh no, but I did buy off marked some nice Moonstar green sneakers, just because I've wrecked all my sneakers now. So a fresh pair for that autumn before winter weather. Oh, actually, did I podcast when I had my engineer boots?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nothing since then. Yeah, that's me.
Anybody else got anything else of interest, or should we jump into discussion topic?
Yeah, I got a couple of other items. I thought we were doing the old round the houses like we did before. We did multiple rounds, but yeah, I picked up the the shirt. I also grabbed a new black belt from Ernest Walker. Basically, I had a couple of black belts from Pigeon Tree Crafting, but when I bought them a few years ago, I made the mistake of putting my jean size measurement as the belt size, which meant they were actually an inch or two shorter than they should have been, so they were quite tight. I didn't make that mistake this time around. I kind of swallowed my pride and added 2 inches onto what I normally wear, and it's come through. I got their Union belt, I think I got 1 1/4 inch width, so it's a bit thinner, in coal. So it's a belt that I can kind of wear in the office with a pair of black shoes if I'm wearing them, and then it also kind of works with jeans, and it goes nicely with a lot of my boots, whereas all my other belts are brown, and kind of a brown or a tan belt with a black pair of boots is a bit odd for me. But yes, that was really good, and the guy behind it's great. Really good communication. We discussed kind of the sizing. He's like, how did you come up with the size? And I was like, well, I followed your guide and added, I measured one of my belts that I use anyway, like one of my daily beaters. And yeah, it came, you sent it and it was with me within a couple of days. Really good. And then I also picked up something from Marked. How do you pronounce it?
Marked.
They had, so they occasionally have, as well as like all the secondhand stuff that people send, they'll get some like brand new stuff. So I think that might have been the case with you, Tom, with your Moonstars. They occasionally get like brand new tag stuff. Either it's stock from a store that's decided to discontinue the range, or or whatever, or they're just trying to sell some new product. And I decided to take the hit and get a short sleeve sweatshirt. I'll be honest, I always thought they were fucking weird. I mean, if you need a sweatshirt, it should be long sleeve because you're going to be cold. It's just a thick t-shirt, but I did it. I've been kind of umming and ahhing for a while, and I'd seen a couple, and originally I'd looked at one by again, Marked had got one by Dayan, but it went. It was going for a really decent price, and it went. So I kind of held back for a while, and they got a stock of stuff from quite a newish brand from Japan called United. It's like United Athlete or United Athel. They do kind of sportswear focus, so it's all kind of sweats and stuff like that, and it's all loop wheel, but it's actually kind of it's really low priced. So I got a short sleeve sweatshirt for like 30 quid, brand new, and it's great. I love it. Total convert. Thought it was weird, put it on, and I was like, no, this is right.
What's the use case for it? Like, when is it appropriate?
When it's a little bit chilly.
Never.
Yeah.
It's like, because I got one for my birthday in May. I did get stuff while I've been gone. Yeah. And it's the perfect, like, it's a hot day, and then in the evening it gets a little bit cooler, or there's a little bit of a wind.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a little bit chilly to make the nips hard.
Yeah. Not quite the weather to put a jacket on.
That's basically
not quite
year
just
round in San Francisco then.
Yeah, it's just like a thick, like I said, it is like a thicker t-shirt. Just wear it like that. Maybe put a vest on.
Do you wear a t-shirt underneath it?
Can do.
Yeah, sometimes wear a vest.
Yeah, most of the time I'm whacking on top of something, so.
Yeah, you're
You
whacking.
get to feel the nice caress of the terry cloth if you've got another layer
Yeah.
on.
Oh,
Yeah.
might do that next time.
Yeah, it's a lovely warehouse one that I got from the lovely people at Dutch Cafe. Thank you, Scott Bobby. Pocket short sleeve sweat warehouse ones, as always, super soft, and yes, lovely. I got it like XL to like get that kind of oversized, cut off sleeve kind of vibe. Yeah, very nice in an off-white.
Do you play Eye of the Tiger when you wear it around the house?
Only if it's the thrill of the fight.
I love how Tom's like, I get it in XL, so it's nice and it's got a loose fit about it. I get
It's
a
nice and
warehouse
snug.
t-shirt and XL, and it's spray on. Fuck my life. I even got freedom sleeves as well. Thought it'd be a bit looser, but no. Yeah, raglan cut, mate. That's what Warehouse call their raglan cuts.
So funny. So I guess a little bit more current interest from my side. Just did a bit of travel, and I've got a bit more travel on the books. So I just came back from Baja, Mexico. Basically flew down to Cabo San Lucas and then drove up north 1 hour to a town called Todos Santos. Super cool, like small kind of coastal town, kind of hippie vibes, cool restaurants, good fish tacos and stuff. And I actually was in San Jose del Cabo, where the Selvedge, Mexico, is located. But I ended up like prioritizing food and, beverages and beach time rather than going to Selvedge, knowing they'd have the same thing they would have in San Francisco. But cool area, like 3-hour flight from SF, so it's super easy to get to. It's almost like our version of popping down to like the south of Spain. And yeah, Todos Santos was really cool and neat kind of beaches. I learned to surf, which is fun. I've never surfed before, but got up on the second try on a 1 foot wave. It's like a teeny tiny little wave. And then I'm actually going to Japan from like kind of Halloween for 2 weeks into early November. I'm hoping to catch up with Mike and Noriko in Tokyo and meet them, and gonna kind of do like Tokyo, Kyoto, hoping to see some like Kurozome dying in Kyoto, and then go down to I forgot the name of the island, but it's like an island of museums and very close to Okayama, so I'll go to Okayama for a day. Yeah, Naoshima Art Island, and then go to Okayama for a day, and on the way back go to Osaka and then back to Tokyo again. So like kind of like a 2-week journey with my lady friend, and gonna try.
Hold on a second.
He drops that in.
Yeah, just sneak in that one in.
I won't go into much detail on the podcast, but
Sly dog.
Yeah. And then gonna go to this pizza place called Monk that was featured on Chef's Table. Got a booking there, which is pretty cool. And also the Nintendo Museum, which is opening in like 2 weeks' time. Got tickets to that, so yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Naoshima is amazing. We've been there as well.
It looks pretty cool, yeah. Just like a ton of museums everywhere.
Yeah, it's really, really cool, especially if you're into more like contemporary modern art. It's very cool. There's another smaller one next to it, which is called Teishima, I think. Naoshima and Teishima, I think, which is the same concept, but it's smaller, which is also really cool. But
yeah, there's like a little ferry that pops between places, so it might be that we may be going to both. I can't remember, but yeah, it should be neat. I'm most excited for like the Nintendo Museum, I think. And then also like obviously Okayama Jean Street will be cool to check out. And maybe if I'm lucky, I'll find a pair of Attractions engineer boots. They're Pioneer boots if I can get them. Hopefully
they have their store in Tokyo, so yeah.
Yeah, I think they're the perfect boot if I can get them, because it's like unstructured toe, not a T-core leather, like murdered out. Even the buckle's black and everything. They look in like super low profile, like the clinch. Yep. So I'm hoping I can find a pair.
It's crossed.
And Illya, anything else from your side?
I guess I'll touch upon a bit of travel as well. I was recently in Portugal seeing our friend Sebastian. So I got a nice little trip out there. Also very hippie surfer kind of vibes there. So it was good to see him and do a bit of hiking whilst we was out there along the coast, which I'd love to do the whole Fisherman Coast hike, which I think is around 200 kilometers, maybe even more. So that would be definitely something I've added to my bucket list. And the other thing is I'm seeing if I can squeeze in somehow a trip to New York for October. And I don't know whether, David, you were thinking of doing the boot camp this year or not.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I've got the time available. Like, it's actually my mom's 70th, but she's like, I don't want to celebrate anything. Let's say it's Thanksgiving. So I am free. The main question for me is just kind of like finances. Can I swing the flight? And I know it's like crazy expensive to stay in New York, but if you've got like a shared accommodation idea, that might make it approachable in a way that it wouldn't be if I was just like staying in a hotel by myself.
Yeah.
So maybe shoot me a message and I'll be keen to see what you got planned.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah.
Crazily, it's a 6-hour flight from San Francisco to New York. How insane is that?
Ooh. Wow. So that's like pretty much the same it is from London.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Give or take an hour or so.
This country's so huge, it's crazy.
Yeah. That's mad.
Kevin, anything else from your side?
Not much really, apart from getting ready to become a dad soon-ish. So we're taking it easy. No travel on the cards anytime soon.
I saw a stat the other day that it's something like $250,000 US estimated for like the lifespan of a kid from like birth to when they're an adult. That's roughly what it costs to raise a kid over here.
Yeah, so no more jeans for me.
Well, Denmark is like half that price, right? Because you've got all the social
I was going to say, like, it's a bit more ridiculous in the US, I guess, what you have to spend on your kids. Like things like education and stuff are almost free here or like subsidized. So that is obviously very nice.
The funniest thing for me is over here, all of the like kind of like conservatives, when they talk about Democrats, are like, oh, you guys are Marxist, you guys are socialists. And it's like it's this like crazy, horrible thing. And it's like, man, once you've lived in Europe, it's like that shit's great. Like I'll call it what you want. I'll take all of it. But anyways.
Different world.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so I think like we'll travel a little bit here and there over the next like half a year or so. Obviously back home, family, things like that. But so obviously being in Scandinavia, in Denmark, the parental leave is quite good, and it's quite even as well. So we basically have a year off, and we can split that between the two of us. And there's like certain amount of weeks that I have to take that I can't give to my partner. But so I'll have about 5 months or so off, I think, next year. Throughout spring, summer, so that'll be nice. So we'll definitely do some travel. There will be some overlap in terms of leave as well. So I think we'll have like 6 to 8 weeks together. So we'll plan some travel then.
Nice.
Potentially small road trip in the UK. My dad's from England, so my uncle is still over there. I want to visit him. We were actually thinking Portugal as well, because apparently it's a very good country to travel to with kids too. So
it definitely is, and from my experience, I think it's easier to travel with the kids when they're that age, because they're going to be on you all the time anyway. They can't run away from you at that point. So they're quite easy to look after. It becomes a little bit more difficult when they become a little bit older to do that. But take advantage, do it. Don't hesitate.
Absolutely.
Just put your baby in like a little Filson duffel with like a nice little blanket in there, and
that's it. Yeah.
Someone's gonna send like some kind of human wellness police.
Yeah, it's definitely easier to take them places when they're tiny. We've decided we were meant to be hoping to go to Japan next year as a kind of joint 40th event, and we've just decided we can't, because we've got a little maniac. He'll be five when we go, and he doesn't want to listen. He wants to go and explore and do stuff. And for such a small person with such tiny legs, he can disappear at an absolute pelt.
Very fast.
Just disappears out of nowhere. Yeah, just shoots off. And so we're going to have to wait. Maybe when he actually likes listening to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So look forward to that. Both you and Tom.
One day.
It's fun.
Lex, anything else on your side?
Nah, all good for me.
Tom?
As well as having a baby, we'll be moving house soon, which is exciting. So hopefully before the end of the year. So I'll be doing a podcast hopefully soon from a different room.
You staying local, or are you leaving London, or?
Yeah, fairly local, southeast still, near where I went to secondary school. So second gen Langley boys. Which, I know.
We got a shot.
5 minutes around the corner from my dad. So it's probably too close. A third bedroom for the toy soldiers and the podcasts and the sewing machines and the guitars and everything. So
nice.
It'll be Dad's fun room. And a shed. Got a shed for tools.
You can't be British without a shed. That's like a
yeah.
That's just part of your identity over there. It's like a shed and an allotment.
I'll invent something in there. Come out with a nuclear fusion reactor or something.
It's like the movie Dark, the TV show Dark. Makes you think of that.
Do Americans not have sheds?
Not really. I mean, if you've got a big giant house, you might have like a little plastic shed you bought at Costco for your lawnmower bits, but it's not like it's not as common as it is in the UK.
It's more garages, isn't it?
Yeah, big giant garages.
Yeah.
Bunkers.
Garages are safe for beats, and garages are for cars.
Everywhere.
Also, allotments aren't really a thing over here. Instead, you've got community gardens where like everyone in the neighborhood can just kind of like help out with the same garden, as opposed to having their own little like slice of land. So that's also a big difference. But
because America hates their working class.
Marxist, man. We're all Marxists, socialists and Marxists. Crazy. Yeah, it's like first it's Marxism, then we're all going to be part of Russia, and oh my gosh, it's the end of the American dream. Sorry, I don't know where I'm going with that rant. Politics. Although I will say this, my one little 2 seconds of politics. Watching Kamala Harris put Trump in his place in the debate last week was amazing. Maybe so. But anyways. Should we talk denim jackets?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it.
All right. So Lex suggested we talk about the glorious Levi Type 1, Type 2, Type 3. And so I was thinking doing a discussion topic about those jackets, but also like others on the periphery. So like the Lee Rider and Storm Rider, or even like more recent stuff like the RGT Supply jacket. Anything that's kind of like in that Levi's type jacket wheelhouse. So maybe to kick it off, the first question might be, why do folks like those jackets? Maybe if anyone's got an opinion as to like why you like those jackets and which particular ones you like and for what reason, that could be interesting.
Who's going
first?
Thinking,
I'll go first.
I don't like pleats. Therefore, I have zero interest in a Type 1 or Type 2. I've owned a Type 2 before, and I would like play with the pleats, and they felt like gills or something, and it just kind of like not for me, and I got rid of it.
What you should have done is sized down a little bit and then undone the pleats, because that's what they're there for, aren't they? In case you put on a bit of timber, you remove the pleats and it stretches out a bit.
I still don't have timber, so I'm not sure if it's.
Well, if you get youth large, it's fine, isn't it?
But then the sleeves would be like only down to like here on me.
Well, you roll them up like the 1980s. That makes you cool.
Yeah, I'm solely in camp type 3 or anything else that's not pleated, like the Lee Rider. That's definitely my opinion. Someone challenge that while I grab a water from the fridge.
Yeah, I really dislike the type 3.
Wow.
Fuck you, David.
Yeah. Screw off, yeah.
You know, I think there's an outfit for a type 3. I do appreciate that kind of trucker 70s vibe, especially like with a hoodie or a flannel underneath. Something about that just kind of, it's a bit more of a modern cool than I think a heritage cool. But there's a time and a place. I think it can be brought into a wardrobe quite nicely. Especially kind of like the older 70s fit, kind of really wide shoulders, kind of top block. You know, they're almost like triangular, and then the waist
and a taper, taper in the waist,
it's a good shape.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, similar to kind of a Lee Rider. You know, that's got that kind of similar shape.
101J.
Yeah, 101J, very, very nice. Even a blanket lined. You know, and I think the blanket lined kind of puffs it up a little bit more and kind of accentuates that. But all that done and said, I do prefer type 2. But I think just because it more fits into my wardrobe and my look.
The type 2?
Yeah, and a type 1.
2.
Yeah.
See, that's my least favourite one.
Boo.
Boo. I'm a 1 or a 3.
A 1 or a 3.
Yeah,
okay.
I quite like the asymmetrical look on a 1, just having that off place pocket. And I find the pockets on the 2 for me, I mean they're placed ergonomically, but it feels like, because I'm so used to seeing like a pocket up on a kind of the upper chest area, like you would get with a type 3 or you get with most shirting. It just feels out of place for me. So I find it a bit off-putting. This is coming from a man who wears a Mr. Freedom Ranch blouse, which is effectively a fancied up type 2 with a bit of old school blouse on it. But yeah,
I'm the opposite. I feel like the type 2 pockets are too low.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they're too low.
Oh, you're saying the threes do seem.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
so used to a pocket being up here. I mean, like an example on this T-shirt, it sits kind of on the actual pectoral, whereas the type 2 pocket, kind of the top of it is just below your nipple, Tom's favourite spot, and then it kind of comes down to like the bottom of your rib cage. So I guess the whole point is it's for when you're on a horse or on a bike or whatever, is a more natural position to put your hands. Whereas up here can be a bit of a faff when you've got a hand doing something.
Yeah, when you're riding your horse to work.
Yeah.
It's not what you want to have, yeah.
That's
just
what
right, guys.
Your gun holsters would be, right? So like having the pockets up higher keeps them out of the way.
Yeah. Holsters are on your hips.
Yeah.
What about the
Cowboys don't go around with blooming what's his face?
Yeah, it's like I'm from Texas and should know this thing.
I'm trying to think of the fucking action hero now.
Yeah, you're the cowboy.
From in Invasion USA, where he has the 2 Uzis hanging from like shoulder holsters here, and he's just walking around like that.
Like Lethal Weapon.
Oh no! Well, don't you hate it when it's somewhat a famous person? He's the one that everyone has the memes about.
Oh, that one.
The American, yeah.
Chuck Norris.
Shit. Chuck Norris, that's the one, yeah.
Oh, Chuck
Norris.
Invasion USA, he has 2 Uzis literally hanging underneath his armpits, and he's just walking around, just going. So that's when it makes sense.
Now, here's an
Fantastic movie,
question.
by the way. It's a Christmas movie too.
If Chuck Norris is doing Roundhouse, which jacket's going to better hold his stuff in his pockets, a type 2 or a type 3?
Type 1. It's shorter, isn't it? Shortest jacket. Gives him more room to get those high kicks in his action jeans.
But it's only got one pocket, so you can't carry 2 Uzis.
Only
You're
one
gonna be
nunchuck.
You're not going to be.
Yeah,
You're not
that's
going to
it.
be carrying guns in your pocket.
Yeah,
You know,
one
in
nunchuck.
your jacket pockets.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris is definitely a type 3 kind of guy with the sleeves chopped off.
True.
Yes.
Chuck Norris
Yeah.
could put his
Ripped off.
nunchucks in the little flappy things that like cinch the waist on a trucker jacket.
But the side adjusters
Yeah, the side adjusters. Those are like
Yeah.
perfect nunchuck
on the Type
holsters.
3. Yeah.
I am now looking at the front cover of Invasion USA. So he's wearing a denim shirt with the sleeves ripped off.
Ah,
But I will.
Of course he is.
I'm gonna pop it in the chat.
You could layer a sleeveless sweatshirt on top of that.
Oh, he could. No,
Pop
it
the
would
collar
hide.
out,
It
yeah.
would hide the chest hair.
Yeah.
So can I say the Type 3 jacket is probably the one that's most famous, and
Yeah.
the one that probably most of us would have been exposed to first.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Definitely for me. And I've had a Type 1, a Type 3, Type 2, but the Type 3 would have definitely been the first one I would have saw, and definitely the first one I would have owned. I find the chest pockets on the Type 3 pretty useless because they're like
Useless, just
like-
no function.
They're definitely
Yeah.
small, that's for sure.
that's
There he
a-
is. Good old
Nice.
Chuck.
yeah, they're very small. There's like you could probably put your, like a card, like a credit card in there. Not if that, and it's like so super awkward to try and pay for your food or anything like that if you're trying to unbutton
With your
it.
chest.
Yeah, with
Get your
yeah.
chest to the machine.
in the days of tap and go, it's not too bad, but in the days where you have to take the card out, it's inconvenient. The Type 2 pockets are a little bit smaller than the Type 1, aren't they? Just a little bit, yeah. And I feel that kind of detracts from me liking it. It just kind of feels like it's nearly there, but yeah. So I'm a Type 1 fan because of that. And like Andy said, I think the asymmetrical nature of it as well kind of gives it something a little bit of a nice aesthetic. Also the short body on it, the boxy silhouette just makes it, yeah, for me the one that I relate to most. I'm a fan of the pleats. I dig them. I think they're nice.
Me too.
Extra bit of flexibility, a little bit of movement, a little bit, for layering. Yeah. So yeah, I vote Type 1.
Got a
The one
creative
thing that puts
project
me-
for Lex, a pattern project. So what we want to do is we want to do like a double rider style overlay with like a asymmetrical zip on the side. And it's like a
Okay.
Type 1 with like a huge ass pocket that's like big enough to put a laptop in. It's just one giant Type 1 pocket, and like I'm sold.
I mean,
Would it be neon denim as well?
No, it's got to be like indigo or black.
I feel
we
like
could do black
that's not-
denim with neon stitching for you if you want.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Could put like a
The
whole
thing is-
bottle of whiskey in it, or put a laptop, or you could put Kevin's
Child.
baby once they've arrived, and baby holster. There you go. Type B jacket for babies.
Like a
Lex.
kangaroo pouch.
Lex, would you like to add some historical kind of knowledge upon this topic?
Oh,
So we sound like we know what we're talking about.
Oh no, I don't know what I'm talking about. When I suggested this topic, I don't know. I was hoping you would look at me for the history of them. I don't know. Obviously I know about the history of the pleats being there to allow, if like the miners used to put on a bit of weight, they could undo the stitching to kind of let them out. Whether that's true or that's urban myth, I don't know, but that's something I've heard. Mohsin, if you're listening, I'm sure you can correct us for anything we get wrong in this. Otherwise, I don't really know that much about the history of them and why they evolved. Obviously, the cut was designed around their particular use, but then why in, was it early 60s that the Type 3 was invented? That became the dominant one for the next basically 60, 70 years. It's what pretty much everyone's been wearing since then. And most modern jackets are based upon that type, which is probably why I would say I prefer, I like a Type 2 personally. So I agree with Tom in a Type 2 camp. I just think it's a little bit more interesting. The pockets on pretty much all of them are pretty useless, to be honest. So it doesn't really bother me too much. They're in a weird position.
Well, my favourites, my freewheelers, that kind of pleated blouse with the curved pockets.
Yeah.
On one side, it can fit my wallet, my phone. I mean, anything is a great pocket. The other one's asymmetrical, so it gives you that kind of asymmetrical look still. There's two pleats, and then I think the one thing that really makes kind of pleats and the Type 1 great is the cinch back as well. I love a cinch on a short jacket, and I think that's the only thing the Type 2 is missing, is that cinch on the back.
That's the one thing that puts me off from the Type 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm anti-cinch as well.
It's not my thing. I know you can put your guns in there as well, or whatever, you know.
Third set of nunchucks.
Or your nunchucks. That's the one thing that puts me off on Type 1. If I could find a nice Type 1 without the cinch back, then I'd probably go for that. But
you could just cut them off, I guess, like some people do.
Yeah, you could do that, yeah, but I don't know.
There's also to add in the 1880s pleated blouse as well, which has of course got a cinch back too. So predating all of them.
Yes. Yeah, that's why you're here, Lex. Adding some historical references.
Sorry, Kevin, I interrupted. Go on.
No, that's okay. Knowledge bombs, always good. No, I'm Type 2 camp as well. I quite like them. I've had my eye on the warehouse one for a long time. Just looks like a very nice denim. So that's on my list, maybe at one point. And I totally agree with Lex on the Type 3. For me, the thing that puts me off on the Type 3 is that, you know, that's the denim jacket that you would see at, I don't know, H&M or Zara or whatever. It's just a little bit too overused, overseen. It is iconic,
okay.
But yeah.
Controversial question. Type 3, hand warmer pockets or no hand warmer pockets?
No hand warmers.
So I've actually seen something interesting on that. So Freenote has a cut called the RJ1, which is like their take on a Type 3. But instead of having the two triangle panels, they're more like just parallel straight seams. And under the outer of those two seams, it's actually got hidden hand pockets. So it's actually got like hand warmer pockets without changing the aesthetic of the jacket. So they don't have to like cut on the side and add those kind of like, you know, rectangular little panels, but rather it's just kind of hidden under that structure thingy in the front.
Do the pockets not sit too close to the front then, or have they moved the pleats further away?
I mean, they're pretty front-wise, but your hands are kind of here-ish, so they're sort of, you're kind of rubbing your tummy anyways.
So I've got my pile of denim jackets here to look at. Yeah, I guess so. Based on the, what any Lee jackets here? Oh, so similar to the Lee 101, and then the pocket would sit underneath the pleat here, basically.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's not a new invention then.
no, they haven't got one here. No, but it'd be similar to that. But it just doesn't leave a lot of space if you look. If I put my hand there, basically, the pocket bag would be popping out the front.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, fair point.
I've seen some brands do it on the side seam next to the body, kind of coming in that way.
That
I will say, I think the Lee Rider is.
Yeah.
Since you've got one in hand, I think the Lee Rider is my favorite of the vintage style trucker jackets.
Beautiful jacket.
Yeah. You guys are biased though, because Lee paid you money to be in their video recently, so we can't trust your opinions.
Absolute shill.
Sitting on a park bench in your big smiles and your Lee clothing.
Next thing will happen is that they'll, as the episode starts, they'll be like, brought to you by Rage Shadow Legends. Anything for a quick buck.
I have no clue what that is.
Oh mate, every fucking podcast, any kind of YouTube game related thing, half of them are sponsored by this shitty little phone game.
We get like a NordVPN sponsor or something.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be that Standard and Strange sponsored everybody before COVID, or during COVID. I don't know when.
I mean, we can shield for them. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm local and they still haven't called me up, so I'm guessing it's not going to happen anytime soon.
It's a no-go.
I'm currently just flicking through. There was a book, or like an ebook, that came out a few years ago, just called Levi's Denim Jacket and History by a bloke who just referred to himself as Denim Seeker. Yeah, I'm just flicking through it now to see if there's anything about it. I mean, it's so much of it is just about the blouse on, the blouse at the beginning. I'm just about got halfway through the book, and I'm just about on the type 1.
So hand warm pockets. Do we get a final say to who likes it, who doesn't?
I don't mind hand warmer pockets on a
either.
on a type 3. It's fine. I think on a type 1 or a type 2, it's a bit weird.
For me, it's a must-have for a jacket. I've realized I don't want a jacket where I can't put my hands in it, because if I'm wearing a jacket, it's cold in some way, shape, or fashion, or like I'm trying to carry stuff. So it's actually like a requirement now. I won't buy a jacket without pockets I could put my hands in. Even a chore coat, I got to be able to like use those ones, which is actually controversially why I think the supply jacket is actually my favorite trucker-inspired jacket cut of all time.
Yeah,
I recently bought secondhand, but I recently bought supply jackets again. I had a bigger size, but I got a black one and a blue one. And I'm like, fucking A, I forgot how great those jackets fit. I really, really like the RGT supply cut. But weirdly, I had to go up to an XL to get enough shoulder size. And it's like, I don't know what Carl's doing with his sizing. He's like making jackets for ants, but. Sorry, I should have done that in a Zoolander voice, but fit aside or sizing aside, I think I really like his design.
I would argue that I don't think it's a descendant of a denim jacket.
Yeah.
No, I thought there was someone that maybe Wrangler that made one that had those kind of arched front pocket panels and. I thought that was there was like a vintage inspiration for that jacket.
J?
What's that?
What, sorry?
The 91J. Look at that 70s one with then the off zip pocket there. Do you want me to get a picture? Put it in the chat.
91.
Oh, I know the one you mean. But those pockets are a little bit different, aren't they? They're not.
No,
The RGT pockets are more like the deck jacket, like a boxer kind of pocket, I think.
We need to get Carl on the podcast. I think he'd be a fun interview.
100%.
Yeah.
Can I throw another jacket into the mix?
Yes.
For one
Go
that
on
I
then.
think is potential. Great. So it is this here, which is the Wrangler 24 MJZ.
Yes.
So classic Wrangler. David, you might like it because it's only got the single pleat. There we go. With the spot bar tacks on it and then a zipper at the front rather than buttons.
Zipper, interesting. That's pretty cool.
So again, this go on.
No, go crack on.
So yeah, again, I think this one's from the 1960s, probably something like that. Unfortunately, it's slightly too small for me, so I don't wear it. But it's a cool jacket anyway. And they obviously do a button version as well. It was worn by Brad Pitt in, I think, the button version, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Correct.
So that's kind of what it's most known for.
Yeah, okay.
So go on.
Okay, keep jumping in. Didn't also Runabout Goods do a tan, like a duck canvas one for Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born, and then they sold it as their own, as like a jacket. Runabout, fucking really hard to get a hold of pretty much in the UK, because I did have my eye on it, and then just gave up because it wasn't happening.
Mike Hodis.
I quite like that movie, by the way.
Back.
Thought Lady Gaga was pretty good in it.
Lady Gaga.
Jar Jar. That'd be a different film altogether.
that would be a spin I'd be willing to watch.
Vast improvement.
Bradley Cooper trying it on with a computer animated amphibian.
Oh no!
I remember Bradley Cooper was showcased a lot some years back as like always wearing Iron Rangers when they were like first kind of becoming popular again through like J. Crew and all that kind of stuff, like in the hashtag menswear phase. They're like, Bradley Cooper's wearing brown ones. Now he's wearing black ones. And it's like, everyone needs to wear Iron Rangers, which should probably be written by the same fool at GQ who wrote about the death of the chore coat. What drivel that article was. GQ should be ashamed.
The chore coat is the ultimate denim jacket, and it just can't be beaten. I won't take any other argument.
I might be willing to agree with you on that if I had to pick one style of jacket to wear for the rest of my life, I think it would probably be a chore cut over any of the trucker style jackets.
Actually useful outside pockets, inside pockets.
Yeah.
Enough said. Sometimes even a cinch. Oh, God.
Sure.
Crazy. And
crazy stuff.
Angly buttons that like jangle as you walk along.
The only thing is it doesn't help me motivate to get my household chores done, so it's kind of a bit false advertising.
I do no chores.
Put it on while I go and like scrub the toilet and do the dishes.
And like an all year round jacket, because it's like long enough to actually like keep you warm from an updraft. Nice.
You need those flaps. Oh Lord. So how do we think I mean, this is kind of in my sort of personal interest area of like kind of modernizing stuff. How do we think the trucker jackets could be improved, and what shouldn't be changed?
What would a Type 4 jacket look like?
You tell us.
Fuck knows. Ninja. A ninja.
Too, yeah.
Like horizontal pleats? Would it have
I think no pleats. I think it'll be some kind of material, some high-tech material. I did see one where it kind of, the material bends and changes to your heat and things like that. So maybe it pleats up when cold and then flattens out when warm or something like that. And then and some kind of crazy.
That sounds familiar.
You know, actually, I saw something like this, which was a baby clothes that was kind of like accordion style clothing. So like as the baby got bigger, the legs would get longer and the whatever. So maybe it's like just a big ass accordion jacket with like Bjork wearing it or something.
Maybe like when you take it off, it always kind of like folds itself down so you can like stick it into a bag, and then you're on the move.
So basically a pack-a-mac.
Yes.
like a little pack-a-mac
made of denim. I say made of denim. Like
I'm liking one that like pockets magically appear or disappear as you need them.
That'd be an absolute nightmare, though, wouldn't it? You'd forget where anything was.
Well,
I know my keys are somewhere, but like, where did I put my hand?
I guess if it's got something in it, it's got to stay there until you like take the thing out, and then it goes, and it's gone again.
Basically, just wearing a jacket that's made of like that, like goo kids like playing with.
Silly putty?
Yeah, just pop it in. It goes.
I remember when you were a kid, you could take silly putty and like put it on a newspaper and like get the artwork from the newspaper. I wonder if you can do that on Indigo and like get the Indigo impressed on it.
Definitely.
What about type inspired pants? So like pleats for like when you grow some junk in the trunk, or like Like how can we use those pleats to make our trousers more comfortable? Because it's like it works so well for your belly, obviously. Like, can we?
Do you mean just like pleated trousers?
It's a little bit different though, because that's kind of like this kind of pleat, which is simply aesthetic, right? That's not actually a functional pleat.
But wouldn't that then be just like an elasticated waistband? You're just wearing jogging bottoms, sweatpants.
I think Mosin did make some kind of end drawing where he like pleated across the knee, so as you kind of bend, the fabric opens up. Mosin, please love me. Yeah, I think he's experimented with some crazy stuff.
I'm pretty sure G-Star or one of these brands like that have done that type of thing as well.
That's a good shout, yeah.
Well, going back to Andy's point,
done something like that.
Has anyone done a type 1 or 2 where like this is elasticated front panel pleats?
Possibly, but that sounds nightmarish.
It's be iconic enough to be called the Type 4. Like, it has to. Don't know.
I don't think we're ever going to get a Type 4. We got a Type 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And we'll get variations.
Yeah, Levi's don't really like going outside of their. They've got their template and it works.
That's it. Yeah.
Anymore, so
stay safe.
Someone probably actually already invented a Type 4, and Levi's probably sued them and put them out of business, and therefore we'll never see it.
Possibly. Or they would have just bought them out and never release it.
Yeah.
Throw them off the Golden Gate Bridge and be like. Oh.
So if I were to make one for myself, what I'd basically do is a variation of the M42 kind of shirt. So bigger pockets on the front.
I have to go and Google that shirt.
Are they the ones with the horizontal, the side openings?
No. You know, like the HBT M42. Yeah. Just with a longer pockets on. Yeah. Something like, so a little bit more functional. I would still have it maybe short in the body. So nothing too revolutionary, but just a little bit more function with the pockets.
You almost need like, the Tellison Chore jacket side pocket with that kind of long angled one. Like that
for the wine bottle.
Yeah.
The newspaper pocket.
Yeah.
When you're going to a house party, man, that wine bottle pocket is clutch.
You should probably put like 2 tinnies in there, so great for the park. Or stuff.
Bet you can fit a cat in there, like you can like take your cat to the park, or like a Dachshund. You like put the Dachshund in there.
Chihuahua.
That's what the poacher pockets at the back of like a Filson Mackinac or an old school Barbara are for. Undo the sides, slide the dog in. Little hammock for it. Child will fit in. Just don't sit down.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah, careful on the tube.
I had an aha moment a second ago, but I forgot what it was. It's something Illya said that I was like, ooh, we got to double click on that, but I'm forgetting it now. It'll come back to me.
David, if you could make a denim jacket for yourself, what would you do and why would it be in neon?
Well, I can't say what I really like about denim jackets. I quite like the ones that have the Lee Ryder kind of angled pockets. So like obviously the Lee 101 itself, I'm a big fan of. Taylor Stitches, Long Haul Truckers got that same kind of thing. I really like the zigzag stitch down the front. And weirdly, I actually have started to like the little waist cinches to get like a little bit more of a tight cut, which did bring me back to my question. So it'd probably be something a bit like the RGT Supply, but probably with 2 front pockets that are actually there and functional rather than the one kind of welt pocket they've got. Also, like as much as I like their Supply jacket, I don't like the like hidden on the inside pocket. It feels a bit wasteful to have a pocket inside the jacket. It's like no one's going to steal something off the front of my jacket. So yeah, symmetrical front, you got to have hand warmers, big tall collar. I like a big collar. Shoulder pads. No, I'm just kidding. And it'd probably be in black. I think trucker jackets look good in black for whatever reason. That did bring me back to my question I was going to ask. Wearing trucker jackets with the shirt untucked or tucked in, what's the perspective on that?
Tucked in. 100%.
Untucked.
It depends on the shirt.
Yeah, depends on the shirt.
Yeah. Chambrays and denims and stuff, and Oxford cloth, stuff like that. Tuck it in. A flannel, untuck.
What's the
Tucked
aesthetic
in
decision
flannel
that
makes you
helps
look like
you?
a granddad.
What's like the stylistic reason that helps you decide what's tucked and what's not?
I think
Flannel's a casual
fabric.
look.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, flannel is a really casual shirt.
It's
And I
also
think
quite thick. It's also
Yeah.
quite
Too
thick.
heavy to
Yeah.
tuck, yeah.
whereas a Western denim shirt or a chambray or whatever, they generally got a slight bit more formality to it. Even, and I say even some of the depending on the fabric as well, because if your work shirt can be chambray, denim, flannel, whatever, and it's the same with the Western shirt, but it's the fabric, like the thickness and also the look. I think a flannel lends itself to being untucked and a bit looser fitting and kind of coming down a bit lower on the body, as opposed to whereas the others kind of seem to look better when they are tucked in.
You got to like embrace full on like Seattle grunge style to wear that or no?
Not necessarily.
On that note, what are folks' favorite things to wear with your like what's an outfit you'd pick for your favorite denim based jacket? Like what would you wear with it?
Speedos.
Short shorts.
Short
Yeah.
shorts. Yeah.
Short.
Short
Just the
shorts.
jacket.
Just the jacket.
Would you be wearing boots with those shorts?
Depends if it's raining.
Hell
or not.
yeah.
I don't want to get my feet wet in the puddles.
Just a shameless plug for our Instagram reel we did and YouTube video of how to pair shorts with boots that no one watched.
Go and have a look at that.
Audience size 0. Oh, I think Jake might have watched it just to
In
about it.
Yeah,
anger,
that's-
pure hate.
My go-tos are chinos and fatigues. That's my favorite two combos
Mhm.
with a denim jacket.
So it's basically denim with not denim for the lowers.
No, denim and a chambray shirt, so it's triple denim.
Denim shoes, denim socks, denim
Yeah.
hat.
I double denim quite a lot.
Yeah.
Me too, yeah.
Canadian
agreed.
up. Although I did wear my chinos and then wore my denim jacket. And I was like, ooh, I like this. This is nice.
I think that's a good thing about denim jackets, right? They're so versatile. Like they work with a lot of stuff, which is why they're obviously so popular as well.
Yeah.
I like the contrast of like having something not denim and then the jacket, but I do also, if you find the right sort of shades of indigo that work together in your jeans and your jacket, it looks epic, I think. Bit more
I
rock and
also
roll.
like- A black denim jacket can give you a bit more freedom as well. People don't seem to react as aggressively to someone wearing black jeans with a black denim jacket, or a black denim jacket with indigo jeans. But if you wear indigo, people kind of react a bit more and are more, obviously it's wear whatever you want, but that you often find some people, you'll get people more willing to take the piss if you wear double indigo.
City cowboy.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
them
it.
guys.
Well, no, the reason being is if you're wearing all black, they think you're a goth and like might cast a spell on them or something.
Gonna sit in the
Or a
corner and
metalhead.
write poetry and drink red wine.
and probably went and saw the new Crow movie when it came out recently.
Oh God, I do not want to watch that.
So
That trailer
on
was
the
horrendous.
double denim-y thing, I know there's like a trend right now in women's fashion. I don't know where it started, but there's like someone who's a women's influencer was like double denim, triple denim, quad denim, whatever. And so you see women running around all the time at the moment with like a trucker jacket and a denim western shirt and baggy trousers.
And
What's our
jorts.
thought? Was that
Jorts.
no
Sorry.
like full
Yeah,
length?
jorts are in.
Yeah, just
Oh,
Daisy
right.
Cheeks.
Yeah.
Thank
Jorts
God.
are, yeah, especially wide jorts are in.
Mm.
Like a
What's
Gurkha
the
jort.
lady with the green hair that's like the kind of gothy singer?
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, is that like a Billie Eilish style thing?
Good. The more denim, the better.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, to keep me somewhat on track, what are our thoughts on wearing like trucker jackets that are like either bleached, pre-faded, washed, worn out versus like it needing to be raw?
If it's actually vintage and has good fades, then that's fine. But apart from that, raw, no bleaching.
Definitely no bleaching.
Blech. No bleach, no dodgy stone washing or acid washing or anything.
No.
How do we feel about cool menswear brands that used to be doing just raw stuff, are now doing raw stuff, bleaching it, whatever, and still kind of like trying to sell it off as selvage?
Well, it's
Which I guess
selvage.
technically it is, but it's like it's not the same anymore as raw denim.
To be honest, so many of the brands do it now. It kind of no longer, it doesn't bother me anymore. Those are the Japanese.
No, it
You know,
doesn't.
it's not just like, I mean, I know kind of people got a bit twitchy when, you know, 316 and Rogue Territory did it. But like loads of the big Japanese brands do it now as well. It's just a thing. If you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't. I don't want to wear it, but you know, I'm not gonna
There's a market for it.
chase
out
someone
there.
down the
Yeah.
street with
Yeah.
a
Didn't
torch
buy
and
it.
a pitchfork if they're wearing it.
Stop selling it, yeah.
The market speaks, and
Mhm.
for example, in Clutch Cafe, like the most popular jean is the full count Dartford model, which is the like in the second hand wash. So yeah, if that is the most popular model in a shop, a niche shop like that kind of tells you a lot. So brands are just reacting to the market, and you know ultimately they're wanting to make money, and you know that's what they're in business for. So I think that's why you are seeing that. So yeah.
The stone washing has tumbled away our conviction for raw denim.
Very well done.
That one took me a minute. I was sitting there like, I knew it was still gonna fall flat, but you know. Anything we haven't covered that we need to around the denim jackets?
I feel anyone listening to this will have learned absolutely nothing. So
Yeah, absolutely.
you're welcome.
That's the point of this podcast.
We're not here
People
to
don't come
educate.
to us to learn. Lex,
Ironically,
come
I
on.
was actually making breakfast this morning, and I often watch YouTube when I'm just kind of cooking food. And I saw that what's the guy's brand? Iron Snail did like an actual technical deep dive on trucker jackets. I think he deep dived into like the Type 3 and like the design details and stuff. So if anyone actually wants to actually learn something, his video might be worth a watch.
Don't listen to us.
Yeah.
Our USP is tomfoolery and time wasting.
Yeah.
Time wasting. We've got important things to say.
I mean, if someone gives us 2 hours of their life to listen to this podcast, you know, it's like I'm making no promises that we're going to enhance their knowledge of trucker jackets with this episode, nor any other episode. But that said, people do seem to enjoy listening to us, which is I'm very appreciative of. And
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that
think-
people enjoy it.
Weird
I think
people.
one thing to add would be if you were going to buy a denim jacket today, what would you buy? Which version would you buy?
think I've already said mine. So the warehouse.
Warehouse type 2. Yep.
Yes.
A controversial one. Round up canvas. 1 or 2. Non-denim. Or
No, denim one. Denim jacket. One denim jacket.
boo.
Yeah, it's gotta be denim.
One denim jacket, Tom. Which one would you buy?
Oh, it would probably be, just because I've already got like a pleated blouse, a type 2. That's the only one I'm missing. And I would either go TCB or full count the thicker, darker denim, the 15.7 ounce. So that's the best fader. So one of those two.
I've got 2 I would recommend. The first, if you've got a bit of cash lying around and you're okay to buy something a bit more expensive, I actually really like Schaefer Garment Hotel, their take on a denim trucker jacket. It's like a little bit more kind of clean, so like removing any of the paneling, removing the pleats, keeps the pockets, keeps the overall silhouette. I think it's like a nice kind of like simplification of that style. So I would probably recommend that, and their Paloma denim, which is basically like a black coated indigo denim. And then the other one I would recommend, which you can actually get for a pretty good deal at the moment, is Free Note Cloth's RJ1 in ecru, which I recently picked up. It's like an ecru selvage. And that's the one that has the kind of paired, shit, maybe it's not called the RJ. Oh well, whatever their type 3 looking jacket is in like an ecru. That'd be my other choice.
Andy?
I would, if they still do it, probably go for the, I might not even do it anymore. Ironheart's take. Oh, did they? The Storm Rider. Ironheart Storm Rider.
Didn't know they did that.
Yeah. They've done one for it's one of their main ones. Popped up in the links. Yeah. Obviously, I've got a type 2-ish kind of jacket. I've got a duck canvas type 3, and I've got my indigo fair modified type 1. So it'd be a nice little addition, and it's blanket lined as well. Relatively heavy denim, so it's good for kind of colder weather. And that nice little that nice corduroy collar.
What would make you pick the Free Note? Sorry, not Free Note. Damn it. Ironheart version over, like, say, the Lee version of the same jacket, right? Like, what do you like about the Ironheart version of the Storm Rider?
The fact the thing is bomb proof is what I like. I think also, the Lee one now, would it be made to as high a standard as they used to be made? Is the other one? It's an iconic jacket.
Studio Arts do a very good one.
Say again?
Studio Artisan do a very good one.
I would. Yeah, I don't. I think I'd probably give that a try.
And quick interjection on that note.
Isn't it great?
Quick interjection on that note. I was at a sake tasting place a couple days ago, and there was a fellow wearing, as like a distillery over here, and there was a fellow wearing the Studio de Artisan, like their Type 2, in that like sashiko fabric that's like hand dipped in natural indigo. That's like super pale blue. Even though I'm not big on the Type 2, man, that was a good looking jacket. Like that natural indigo, that really pale blue, the sashiko, like that's SDA knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I've got a lot of love for Studio de Artisan. I've got a pair of their relaxed tapered jeans that I got when my son was bought. So they're now a little bit on the slim side for a cut for me. I did actually try them on today, and it was like, yeah, this is a cut for a younger man. But
ship them over,
man. If you've got a similar waist size to me, I'll ping them over. They've taken a beating from crawling around the floor chasing a small child and an infant, but Yeah, I mean they're great. Studio Darts, and their choice of fabrics are always really good. They make really interesting fabrics.
I think they've got some of the coolest stuff in the game right now. I'm like, for my Japan trip, like SDA is probably the brand I'm most excited to check out. It feels like they're really doing interesting stuff at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
They've always done, I think, like they've always been one of my favorite brands. If you look at their shirting and stuff, it's very different to the other stuff that you see out there as well.
Yeah,
They're a bit playful, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which I think is the big thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I go for, like a Storm Rider style jacket. So yeah, the Ironheart, and actually that Studio Dartisan one is lovely.
Lex, how about you?
I don't own a Type 1, so I'd quite like to get Type 1 at some point, but I don't particularly have my eye on. But the one thing I've got my eye on is the Stevenson Oval saddle horn, which I really like. Obviously, that's kind of based on a Type 2. So that will probably be my next one, unless I only do some beautiful Type 1. So I might, if I see one of them I like, I might get one of them at some point. But.
Looks like Clutch does the saddle horn in Ecru. That's pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
I have that one. Beautiful jacket.
I'm really feeling the Ecru trucker jacket at the moment. It's like black jeans, indigo jeans, gets that nice contrast.
Just gonna get so dirty though.
I mean, to a degree, that's part of the fun. I mean, obviously, you don't want like a big old splodge of like red wine or child vomit, but the patina, reverse patina is kind of, I guess, the idea.
Just nice brown sweat patches. Just a nice little beige.
That's why they've got the boxy cut, right? So they're like offset off of the
air
pits.
out. You threw me off there. No, that saddle horn jacket's awesome, Lex. I think didn't they do I'm sure they did a duck canvas one years and years ago. And it was a jacket that I did have.
I'm not sure if they did it. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the saddle horn. They did do a duck one, but I think it was one of the other styles. Because I think the saddle horn only was in Ecru, in the indigo, and possibly a black.
Okay.
I can't remember if it wasn't a black.
Because I had my eye on the Mr. Freedom branch flowers in duck, so I've got it. And again,
it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. I couldn't justify the expense of basically owning the same jacket twice, just in a different color.
Yeah.
And a lot more expensive.
I feel like Stevenson isn't doing enough jackets these days. They seem to have all these amazing jacket patterns, and they just don't put them out.
Well, I think they're slowly coming back. Yeah, the owner was quite ill after post-COVID.
Oh, right.
But I think he's back on kind of on the road to recovery, and they've started to release quite a few more bits now. So I think we'll be seeing more of Stevenson going forward.
Cool.
And COVID,
which I'm really happy for, because I think they've got some incredible designs and jackets, shirting, jeans. So yeah, it'd be great to see more stuff coming out from them.
Everybody give the recommendation?
I think I'm the only one who didn't. I think, and my favorite jacket is the ranch blouse. So if I didn't have that, it would be that one. If I were to buy one now, it'd probably be a vintage one, Levi's Type 1. But that would be a very expensive undertaking. So yeah, I'll stick with what I have.
Awesome. Well, any closing thoughts from folks on the topic, or?
Chore jackets are king.
Yeah. What?
Maybe that needs to be our next episode. Do a chore jacket episode.
Yeah.
You're also getting close to flannel. It's nearly flannel season.
It is.
And I have had a request from a mate of mine about check shirts.
I'm so annoyed. I wanted to pick up another UES Indigo flannel because they mine was a bit weird fitting. And once again, they've gone with this sizing that like the size 3 jumps up to basically like a 5 if you buy the size 4. So they don't really have like a true size 4 shirt. So I just have to like write it off for another season because either be like way too little or way too big. So shame on you, UES, because they also came out with a double heavy version this year that's amazing. And just can't wear it.
I was gutted I missed out on the Trick-or-Teen shirt.
Look, they have a new flannel that's like kind of that substantialness, but the sizing's a little bit weird, but definitely still worth checking out maybe.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, maybe a good place to wrap it up. So thanks everyone for listening to our 36th episode and our discussion topic on trucker jackets-ish, Levi's type 1 through 3 sort of discussion.
Do we have any questions? Sorry, just jumping in.
No, I just basically put out there a ping to see like what folks wanted us to talk about, but I didn't ask for any Q&A.
Roger.
But if you've got a question for us, we can answer it for you.
No, I don't. No. I need to go to bed. Cool.
Awesome. Well, as always, thanks for folks for listening. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. Give us a shout if you want to jump on our Discord, and let us know what you'd like us to cover in a future episode. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
Peace.
Cool. Thanks, everybody.
Cool.
Good to see you guys.